Oh my god, bro.
Oh, hell
Hello degenerates of the Asylum. Today I will rank weapons based on how useful they are. First, air. Using air as a weapon is not very ethical, but we breathe air. Air is completely useful. Next up, illusions. You get big sword and small sword. Not very useful. And back-breaking. Very useful. Next up is Armstrong style. You can punch your enemies with it, or use it as a fire starter for campfire. Sometimes useful. Now for the fourth weapon, Assailant. It sucks. Its chains just adds weight to your poor frail body, adding more stress to your muscles. Rarely useful. After that, we have axe. You use it to chop trees for wood for campfires. Usual useful. Next up, backhand slam. This is a basic ability everyone has. You use it to slap the who detest you. Useful. Next up, ban hammer. You can either ban people from your Zoom call, or you can use it. No other use. Sometimes useful. 8. Bat. I am him. Numero new. Belt. Los cinturones son tiles para ajustarse en los pantalones. A veces son tiles. Tent. Big rock. Very useful. Number 11. Verse 3. I don't like this YouTuber, so this tree is useful. 12. Boredom nail. You can use this in a zombie apocalypse, or 62.94,634% useful. 13. Bomb on a stick. It has a bomb on a stick. It's epic. Super useful. 1-4. Built different. You get to punch people to show who is the boss and see this blue all around me. That's just number 15. Buster sword. You hit people hard enough so you can do this to the people who detest you. Both are usually useful. 2 to the 4th power. Did you know you could use this to stabilize yourself if you re-roll, or if you have osteoporosis? And did you know that you can hit those pesky teenagers who stole your wallet into the abyss of nothingness to punish them? Cane is very useful. Number 17. Chair. Did you know you can sit in chairs? But did you know you can hit other people with chair? They will not be happy about it, so get rid of the evidence with number 18. Chaos Saber. Want to hide the evidence you want people with the chair. Chaos Saber. Want to throw pixels to people. Chaos Saber. These two are also very useful. Number 19 2021 comic large fork, knife,
Dude.
and spoon, respective. You need utensils to eat, 100% useful. 22, company weapon, shovels are useful for self-defense, and planting crops, 90% useful. 23, crescendo, it's just some sort that burns your hand. At least the pet dub is coming pre-cooked so you don't have to cook the dummy flesh. Rarely useful. 24, rocky friend, it has a friend, it protects you, very useful. Hypotenuse number, I'm useful. 26, cultist sword, did you know you can be a lamb and do this? Did not cultist so not useful. Freak you, did you know you can make an offer so beautiful people as and little and slow? 28, Dark Heart, did you know you can steal people's life to heal yourself? However, I am a good man, therefore I will not use Dark Heart. 29, Diamond Tester, it tests to detect fraud. Very useful. 30, Dim Attacker, stab someone with this and it gets bigger and bigger. Useful in one specific circumstance. 31, Doll Hunter, saw some people to their death and get forced to use 32, Dunk Jawbone, because this is just some real clingy child that makes you angry, nothing else real. 33, Dragon Slayer, this weighs 200 kilograms so no human is able to even use these, and coming back to Doll Hunter and Dunk Jawbone, these aren't very useful. One is some thick sword and one is just some skull, all three of these are not useful. The forbidden rule number, energy sword. This is a waste of energy for some weapon that isn't even a sword. Save energy folks. 5 times 7, SOE self-in, become budget star platinum. Or do this. Not useful. 6 square, Highlander, honestly I'm not losing my eye just for some sword made of scrap, even if it gives me hell, I'm not risking tetanus later on, rarely useful. 12 prime number, Hyrax, you can give people free lobotomies with this, or chop out plywood I guess, 73% useful. Number 38, fish good, fish healthy, fish everywhere, 200% useful. 39, Fusion, it's just some green sword, there's no use, the ribbons have no use either, this is just a weapon, 10% useful. 40, go mining, using not mining yet, not useful yet. Number 41, golf club, golf sucks, why in the hell would rich people spend thousands of dollars destroying nature just for some boring ass sport? Negative 9,000,000% useful. 42, hands on fire, your hands are burning, this is more dangerous than useful. 43, hat of discipline, punish your enemies with raw ass inheritance. Very useful. 44, hero blade. Again with Fusion, this is just some random sword. Not useful. 45, hook kick, this is an advanced ability only 30% of people have. It can be used to kick your enemies back to Chinatown. Very useful. Alright. 46, Jailer. This is some kamikaze maze. This is only useful in war, and war is unethical, therefore it is not useful. Number 47, Judge. You can judge someone with this, or hammer your house with 11.11% chance of hurting yourself. Somewhat useful. Number 48, Kanamo. This is a weapon. Weapons are automatically rarely useful. 7 squared. Keyblade. You need keys to open locks to open doors, and locks are needed for protection. Very useful. 500. Killer fish from San Diego. Remember, fish all rep 200% useful. 51. Knuckle sandwich. This is an ability everyone has. Use it to fool the people who detest you. Very useful. 52. Kano. This is a sword. Automatic 10% useful. 53. Lamp. Lamps are important to see in the dark. Sure, moths get attracted to it, but maybe not that big a problem. Very useful. Number 54. Lawnmower on a stick. Lawnmowers are used to remove both pesky tall grass and weeds. Very useful. 55. Legion cot. This is just some brass knuckles, but it gets a rare useful just in case the supernova explosion. It gets this so you could carry a supernova. Number 56. Load someone. You need money to buy things. Very useful. 57. London. You need knives to chop meat or cutting tape. Very useful. Number 58. Lucille. It's just some bat with barbed wire. I mean you can use it in a bomb apocalypse, but the rest yeah. Lucille is not very useful yet. 59. Mad murder. Again. Knives are very useful to chop meat. 60. Marketable port. I hate you port. Not useful. 61. Asylum makes you god at this point, also gives you a next life. Very useful to make everything more useful. Number 62. Moonwalker. You get this cool feather and you jump higher. Not useful though. Genderman rule. Nickering sword. Looks cool, but there are no demons, and even if there were, not risking getting donated. Not useful. Minecraft stack. Dive Reaper makes going to places easier, especially for the double jump. Very useful. 65. Painted sword. It has just some sword painted black. Every sword is 10% useful. 66. Pearl side can be used to farm crops, but you need to get the hang of it due to the momentum of every slash you made, which does make farming faster. Useful but requires training. Number 67. Pipe. Pipes are needed to move fluids in one container to another to prevent overflow. Extremely useful. 68. Pool noodle. This is some pool noodle. More at once than need. Funny number. Over eschaton. Again. Swords are 10% useful. This looks cool though. Doll sucks. Number 71. Protest. Signs are needed to warn people about danger ahead. Very useful. Number 72. Random rumble. Raw leeks have a lot of nutrients and antioxidants. Very useful for people with a folate deficiency. 73. Real knife. This weapon sucks. Decreased mental stability and head twitching frequent. Don't even get me started with true love. It makes your head twitch more frequent, making it harder to chop meat. Awful in everyday use. Number 74. Rebellion. I don't know how useful this is, because I don't get the reference. 75. Eukaryates. You can chop trees with this. Less efficient than axe, but more efficient than fire axe. Sometimes useful. Number 76. Ruler. You need rulers to calculate the length of an object. You don't have to measure every object. Sometimes. Anyways, number 77, Scimitar. This isn't the 17th century, neither we are finding the One Piece, not useful. 78, Scythe. Scythes can be used to farm crops, basic a sickle with more range, useful for farming. Next one, Seker. The only purpose of this is making people more vulnerable, and I am a reasonable man, therefore this is useless. Number 80, Shadow Axe. Least efficient of the axes due to its slow cooldown, but the size is quite strong, which is useful for bigger trees. Situational useful. 9 squared. Shine. This generates a cyan field around you that deflects you. Useful when involved in a gunfight. 82. Simon's book. You can cook food simply by opening this. Very useful. Number 83. Skateboard. It's a viable mode of transport. Useful, unless if you read from Norway. 84. Small sword. Size doesn't matter. 10% useful. 85. Smile. There's no way I'm merging with this guy. Number 86. Solemn Lament. Shooting black and white butterflies isn't very useful. Number 87. Spork. You know when I said earlier that all utensils are useful. Spork is an exception. The gimmick of Spork is useless. 88. Spy. He can breach defenses and retrieve classified information, but in not breaching defenses and retrieving classified information right now, not useful. Number 89. Starlight. It's a colorful sword. 11% useful. Number 90. Stick. Sticks are good fire starters, and you can stick a marshmallow on it to cook it. Very useful. Number you thought was a prime number, but isn't. Stop sign. Stop signs are there to make drivers stop for the safety of pedestrians and other drivers. Very important. 92. Sugarcoat. This is a basic ability everyone has, where you sugarcoat the people who detest you. Very useful. 93. Sun on a stick, with only the Min Dyson spear. Very useful. 94. Scuffle hammer. It's just a large toy hammer. Not useful. Number 95. Switchblade. Perfect for self-defense when you get threatened. Just make sure you have a Nintendo Switch in your pocket. Rarely useful. Shy Guy SCP. Tactical fighting technique. Speaking of self-defense, this is a fighting technique that requires years to learn, and it's totally worth it since it's tactical. Still rarely useful. 97. Tango. In not losing and replacing my left arm for some sword. Not useful. 98. The Tang. This is just two iron knuckles with the word Tang printed on both. You can send people to the moon with these, but 99% of the time their family won't ever see it again. Not useful. Speaking of 99. The man on a leash. Leashes are useful to keep your bitcoin named Cupcake from attacking some toddler. Useful for pet owners. 100. The sink. Sinks are useful to drain fluids after cooking, washing hands, etc. Very useful. 101. Torch. Torches are useful to see in the dark. Sometimes useful. 102. Trowel. Trowels are a tool for builders, and builders build houses for people to rest in. Very useful. Number 103. TV salesman. TVs are everywhere, and you need TVs for entertainment. Useful. 104. Vampirism. Let's be real here. Being a vampire sucks. Sure, you're essentially immortal, and you can suck people's blood to heal yourself. But first of all, the sun is a dead laser. Number 2. Some wooden stick is enough to kill you. And the worst of all, you cannot eat garlic bread anymore. Extremely not useful. 105. Vinland daggers. These are just some daggers. I mean, you can flex your moves, I guess. Not very useful. Number 106. Wallace's hammer. A hammer is used to hammer nails. I'm not hammering nails, but I might hammer nails later. Useful later. 107. Wand. This can be used to give others a cheaper mode of transport, and everyone who got hit by it has zero complaints, nor reviews whatsoever. Very useful. Number 108. Your eternal reward. Again with 88. I'm not breaching defenses. Not useful. And last, number 109. Zaphop. Remember, shovels are good for self-defense, and removing plants from soil. Very useful. Tabasco is an epic easy demon made by Taylor. This is personal one of my most favorite level in Geomet-Main because it manages to look appealing despite the fact it mainly consists red, orange, yellow, and grayscale colors. It also has this pretty cool gimmick, which is this wave part here, which is pretty cool to be honest. I have nothing else to say, here's the verdict. Flip Swap Factor is an epic platformer medium demon by Zijo, and its gimmick is clicking or tapping will make platforms rotate. It's hard to explain whatever this momentum thing is, but it's fun to do. So far I have no problems with this level, so here are the verdicts. Geometric Trials is a platformer medium demon made by Demolishers. It consists of 10 rooms with unique gameplay. I love the designs of each room. Room 1 has some pretty precise jumps with a design of dungeon. Room 2 has this robot platforming with a disco theme. Room 3 has spider gameplay in some sort of icy mountain. And every room has a different style, which adds charm to the level. My only main issue of this level is struggling in room 8, mainly because I suck with jetpack mode, but that's more of me problem. So here the verdict. Down Under is an epic easy demon collab hosted by Dan's Men. It was built by a bunch of Australian creators. I real liked the Australian design of this level, Australia being upside down, and having big ass spiders. Other than that it's a pretty solid level with sight-readable gameplay and a pretty cool portrayal of Australia. I have no problems with this level, so here are the verdicts. Forsaken City by Light Potato 99 is a platformer easy demon that is basically Celeste. I like the gimmicks of these moving platforms. I honestly have nothing else to say about this level. It's a pretty cool gimmick. The level is pretty easy too. Anyways, here are the verdicts. Speaking of easy, Shift Leaf Temple is a platformer easy demon made by Tried. The gimmick is that moving either left or right changes the direction of these blocks. It's so easy that it took me about a minute to beat the level. Anyways, cool gimmick, but I just wish there's a part 2 of this level that is longer than this, having more mechanics and harder gameplay. So here are the verdicts. Tower of Rage by Untypical is a platformer easy demon that resembles a Roblox game called Jato. I have to give it minus points because it looks nothing like the Tower of Rage in Jato. Other than that it's just a Tower of Hell style level, no checkpoints, and just don't fall off. Here are the verdicts. I don't like this, let's just move on. Invisible by BJH6078 is a pretty cool member platformer easy demon. A lot of mechanics are introduced in this level, especially these yellow sparks that shade the obstacles you need to go through, which is quite useful. The only strategy here is to memorize the locations of spikes, which the checkerboard pattern of a design makes it easier to do. This is a pretty cool level, go play it. Jumpman by Lieb is an easy demon platformer level consisting of 3 checkpoints. Honestly, my 90% of pros of this level are from the music it uses. I probably can't play it due to copyright, but other than that, it's alright. The design is pretty cool. There's also this one funny skip I accidentally did by threading this time gap, so I guess it's cool for speedruns. Anyways, here are the verdicts. Orb Master by Wolfram 23 is a cute easy demon platformer where you play as a ball collecting orbs. It's cute, the design is cute, the premise of this level is cute, I like collecting balls, here are the verdicts. Color Temple by YouTube is a platformer easy demon that has one thing in common with Shift Leaf Temple. Whatever direction you move at manipulates a specific object. The difference, however, is that Shift Leaf Temple moves a specific type of platform in two parallel directions, while Color Temple toggles red on and blue off if you move left, and vice versa if you move right. Color Temple and Shift Leaf Temple are pretty much the same. The only reason why this is demon in the first place is because of the final stage, but honestly it's not that bad. Anyways, here is the verdict. May 3 Leon is a platformer easy demon made by Destriv. I do like the dark theming of this level, even when it's just Detroit, and the gameplay is alright. I don't get why the comments are saying the jetpack part is the reason why this is an easy demon. Even as someone who sucks at jetpack mode, I find this fairly easy. Anyways, here are the verdicts. 20 Trials by Morp is an easy demon platformer that consists of, you guessed it, 20 trials. Each stage has different gameplay, which adds variety in this level. You also have to squint your eyes, because there are these brass-looking platforms that switches your gravity when you step on those, and the design is pretty much the same in each stage. I just wish they also added a little variety in the design, and not just the gameplay. Of course the final stage has jetpack mode in it. It's okay though, it's still pretty easy. Anyways, here's the verdict. Velocity by Doritos 1 is an epic easy demon. It has a pretty futuristic design, and the gameplay is fairly sight-readable, which I both like. I personally don't like this spider part, it feels wonky. After this wave part, is when the song pumps up, and you can feel your adrenal glands kick in gear. Anyways, here's the verdict. I love GD Cologne. Rockbird by Rockbird is an epic easy demon. The gameplay is okay, it does have indicators. I do like the design, but I don't know what it's supposed to look like. However, the design is over the top, because sometimes the gameplay blends in with the background. Anyways, here are the verdicts. Jungle Swing by Jalapeno is a platformer medium demon that takes place in a jungle. No surprise. The design of this level is a jungle. No surprise either. I like jungle designs. The swing gameplay is a bit janky at first, but it's pretty easy to get the hang of it. But before the verdicts, I have to give minus points, because of the annoying ass skull death effect when you die. Anyways, here is the verdict. Electroman Adventures version 2 I Neptune I is an easy demon that's just a buffed version of Electroman Adventures. The gameplay is fairly balanced, and I enjoyed it despite being a level a decade ago, and the design is the same as the original Electroman Adventures, because it's just a harder version of Electroman Adventures. Obviously this is made in 1.6, which means the standards have to lower, so here is the verdicts. Painted Ascent by Woolpig is a platformer hard demon, where the gameplay is just using a hook to climb this mountain. Player 2 is only there to control the hook, and the controls are quite minimal, so you should just check this level out for yourself. The design looks pretty simple and abstract, which I do like. And going back to the gameplay, it's just being patient, especially in this windy area, where you have to hook onto something before the wind tries to blow you out of the mountain. It also applies to later areas of the level, and that's it. Here are the verdicts. Madness is an epic easy demon made by Alkali and Young Hasu 14. The description of this level said that it's supposed to resemble Madness combat, but comparing this level and the random Madness combat animation, I can't see its resemblance. The only Madness combat related thing about this level is the music artist of this level also makes Madness animations, but getting back to the point, the design is okay, the gameplay is a bit icky for me, I don't know why. Anyways, here are the verdicts. Own Upwards by OOC is a platformer hard demon, where you collect these up arrows that give you power-ups depending on how much you collect those. The down arrows are the opposite. I'm too lazy to explain these, so just see the level for yourself. The design is the same all throughout the level. I just wish there was variety, and the gameplay is more of a puzzle game, since you need to think where to go, or what power is needed to get to the teleporter, or what order of power-ups to use, which is pretty neat. So here are the verdicts.
Man's existence is to resist power.
100 miles, and run it is an easy demon I am Leviathan. You run 100 miles. That's it. The design is okay. The gameplay is a bit too fast for my liking, but I'm okay with it. Here's the verdicts. Animatronics is an epic medium demon made by Flaco GD. Honest, I don't like this level. The design is okay, but it sometimes blends in the gameplay, which doesn't even sync at all. Both are minor problems, but I'm still busy about it, and I simply don't enjoy doing this level. Here are the verdicts. Two Time by Twig X Cabaret is a platformer hard demon. It's basically just synced dual gameplay, which is one of my favorite types of platformer gameplay. This level having 30 stages did make me hooked into it. There's only one design choice of this level. I just wish they added variety in it. Anyways, here are the verdicts. Wake up, retard, it's time to wake up. Maybe I should make a video about my 6 demons in Geometry Dash. Oh, hello there. Let me just clear up for some space. There. Much better. Anyways, you might be wondering why I have beaten a bunch of demons in Geometry Dash. Well, it's because I got bored. Some demons are easy, some demons are hard, some demons are good, and some demons are just horrid. Anyways, let's rate my 625 demons, starting with...
You got owned!
Okay, so starting off with this level, it's pretty cool with the way audio visual made the design fit well with the music, which adds points for creativity, and the gameplay is fairly sight-readable, so here are my opinions about it. Would recommend. Anyways, next level. Honestly, I don't really like this one. I had to turn on LDM for this. The gameplay is okay, but the design is just not for me. I mean, at least the way 2.2 triggers are used is cool. Anyways, here are my opinions. What? You expected a 9/11 joke? They're not funny, shut up. I like the design of this level, despite the colors being limited to red and blue and grayscale. I like this part of the level, although I wish KF would add a more obvious warning here. So here are my verdicts. Alt violence got cool robots. That's pretty much it for me. Gameplay is cool, I guess. Anyways, here's my opinion. Beat Boo. Funny name, but pretty mid-level MO. The design is okay, and the gameplay is fair. I just don't see the charm. So here are my verdicts. Okay, let's take a break from demons. What? You watched a cubic cat for a whole minute? Okay, I'll give you the next batch of demons.
Damn, Daniel!
I don't know what to say about this level, it's just there. It's not great, but I'm not saying it's horrid either, it's just mid. The design is alright, but the gameplay, it's just so weak.
White people be like,
Fury's style is okay, the gameplay is relatively fair, I just don't see the charm here. Yeah, I'm definitely just being an asshole, instead of looking to give compliments. Well, it's too late, so here are my opinions of this level.
black people be like,
Finally a platformer demon, also known as a Pimon. This level is fairly short, pretty much just two mechanics, platforming and power-ups. It's fairly easy too. Anyways, here are my opinions. shit you bounce in this level. This is so peak, no diffs every other levels. This is just so fucking peak. Okay, that was just an excuse to not give it a proper rating, but bear with me, I'll make it serious later on. Just let me get some snacks first. There, got my snacks. Anyways, next match. Okay. Our third Pokemon in this video. The design looks cool, but it's repeated in every part of the level. And the gameplay is honestly what I think the difficulty of an easy Pokemon should be. Other easy Pokemons I've done are way too easy, but this is just right. Not too vacant yet not too tight with the gameplay. Anyways, here are the verdicts. Yeah, downloading these will take a while. Okay, finally we're done. The, what I call stages in this level are pretty much the same. They just have different gimmicks. This one is just the base form. This one is where you drown. This one isn't even platforming, it's just a classic level, and there are some other neat alternate versions of the first stage in this Pokemon. Would like to play the sequel of this. Anyways, here are my opinions regarding this level. Okay, this one looks cool, the design looks pretty HD, and the gameplay is feral side dribbable. Honestly, I'm not sure why this isn't epic rated. Anyways, here are my verdicts.
So she's smiling at me and telling me that she loves me, and I just look at her and I can't muster up anything. I feel nothing, and I feel empty, and I'm scared. Oh my god, I don't fucking care.
God damn it, quit taking so long. This level is basically just the second chapter of Celeste minus the dream blocks, and there's no dashing, you just double jump. Gameplay and design are alright. And there are some neat mechanics in this level. Sequel when. Anyways, here are my opinions about this level.
Here! Right here! All your needs will be met.
I'm hungry!
In a minute!
Eat your fruits, kids. Anyways, this Pokemon's premise is fairly simple. It's a two-player Pokemon, where player 1 controls yellow and player 2 controls pink, which is slightly harder than you think, since the cube is only controlled by player 1. Not sure how to explain it, but play for yourself. It's not that hard. Also, the design is cool, I guess. I just wish there's a sequel that adds more game modes, and you can use player 2 for platforming as well. Anyways, here are my opinions about this level. Oh no, I ran out of food.
You know, this part is originally supposed to be some Blender cooking animation. I easily got demotivated, so yeah, let's just get straight to the hot furry babe thing. Yeah.
RD har ha har, I lied to my son, I made him eat all of that, so it's my turn to gaming. Destroy the level is a level where you destroy the level. Very surprising. I mean, I guess it looks better when destroyed, but I swear to God if this wasn't made by Serponge it wouldn't be epic. Anyways, here are the verdicts. This level is peak, nothing else to say. K by
Never buy no weed from the gas station, bro. If the nigga ain't in your contacts, don't never go to the gas station, bro. I went up there at 11 o'clock last night, tried to give me some weed, bro. I smoked that shit, woke up, my motherfucking eye was right here, and my other eye still right here. Explain, bro. I got to go look for this nigga, bro. What the fuck did you sell me, bro? Look at me, bro. I'm hideous.
I like it when modern GT levels reference the official levels. Most are just generic quote-unquote level mix slop, but this is an exception for having different gameplay and modern design. I don't think the song fits since it sounds dystopia-esque, although I wish for a sequel. Anyways, opinions.
You want to die, buddy? There will be consequences!
You jump high in this level and you can go back to the previous room. Already peak platformer level for real on God's speed.
2 pairs! Exodia! The Forbidden One! Impossible!
I mean, this is just Tetris, nothing special. At least this level made me better at Tetris, so it gets added points. Anyways, here are my verdicts.
I am out of ideas. Watch me rerate some of my first 100 demons. Starting off is my 58th demon, which is, insert drumroll. Dear nostalgists. Honest, even when I lost my GD save because my dumbass forgot to save my account, this is the last demon I wish to repeat, because Jesus Christ, this gave me PTSD. I mean, it's quite creative using 1.0 styled blocks as design, but I will never recover from that one time noob me died at 96% in this level. Anyways, here are the verdicts. Next up is Seeker of Demon Pie. Well, Seeker, remember when I said this is horrid at the start? Well, it's because it is. No offense to the green labeled creator, but this level does not look good. I mean, what is this? What's with the design? It's like an AI making a GD level, and the gameplay is just as weird. It's so odd I somewhat found it intriguing. Anyways, here are the verdicts. Next up is Ultra Paracas and Byrulas. Honest, despite this being just another 9 circles level, more epilepsy unfriendly, I find this level more appealing than most of what I've seen. No other comment. Here's my rubric. Next up is number 13, Either Me and Beautiful Chaos. Funny story, Beautiful Chaos used to be my 13th demon and also first medium demon, but when I lost my save and tried getting my demons back, Beautiful Chaos got demoted to an easy demon. So I decided to switch me and Beautiful Chaos. But why would I switch those demons, you may ask? Well, coincidentally, when my first medium demon is Beautiful Chaos, my first hard demon is Fury Step, which is my 25th demon, and Give Up, which was my first insane demon and my 100th demon. Notice a pattern: 13, 25, 100. Actually scratch that, just ignore this geometric sequence, I just plan an extreme demon as my 800th demon. Anyways, Beautiful Chaos bye. Well, it's just another Clutterfunk remake. Now me. It's cute, I want to be plushy, gameplay ass though. Here's the double rubric. Last is ha 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 insane map. I mean, at least it's being itself, not copying design and gameplay from other levels in this time. What happened to real ha 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 though? Whatever, no comments. Just want to get out of the 4th intermission. Where the hell is she? Anyways, let's just finish this.
I'm proud of my son.
Y'all low-key sleeping on Roblox porn.
Expected a factory-themed old level, saw generic Clutterfunk remake. I feel betrayed. This is such an unwholesome 100 Minecraft bad Fortnite good, you're not breathtaking on big chungus negative 10 million Reddit karma step bro I'm stuck moment.
I mean, it's alright, like, overrated as fuck, in my opinion. I mean,
Skyrealm. Honest, I'm extremely neutral about this level. Even with my 2.2 standards, I just find it average. No other comments. Just a flat 7 out of 10 overall. Design is okay. I do admit the gameplay fumbled me a bit. Here's my opinions.
But I'm gonna be butt ass naked so the wind could just be hitting my balls and shit. Hey, bro, watch your jet. Watch your jet, bro. Watch your jet!
Now this is fun. Half memory and half asymmetrical duel and hard demon. Peak 1.9 level. No diffs every other level on SkiBD on God. Whatever, let's just get to the last demon.
Hey, what's up?
Yo, what's good, G? What the
Yo,
fuck
can I get a spot?
What the fuck is this?
Nah, bro, get that shit out of here.
What's wrong with you?
Finally, the last demon. Honestly, I don't really like this one. The design is a bit flat and harsh. I don't like the gameplay either. I kinda think Alkali's levels are mid. Here are my verdicts. Well, we're done. Time to sleep. I made this video mainly to show off my completions of intense difficulty towers in Ito that I have not beaten yet until now. Most of these I have not beaten yet due to how much I despise the gameplay of most towers, either for being extremely long or being straight up awful. Although there is gonna be one tower in this video that I actually enjoyed, I just didn't beat the tower until now due to a glitch that soft locked my run. Anyways, enough yapping, let's just get straight to the first tower of this video, starting with...
I need you, Tito! Where is our demon?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I do not like this tower. I mean, yeah, sure, cool gimmicks and stuff. Yeah, different textured parts mean different gimmicks. I don't care. I don't like this tower. I wouldn't like it if I was loop failing this tower, especially when I have to replay its mid-ass gameplay. Luckily I haven't loop failed this tower, otherwise I could have been forced to go back to these sections over and over and over again. Although this tower was made back probably before 2020, so I can't get too mad about it. Anyways, got nothing else to say. Alright, second tower in this video, let's just say that wait a minute, the final stretch. This is the 10th floor, dumbass. Let's just say that.
I mean, it's alright, like...
This tower is just okay. I kinda expected to loop fail this tower, but I was pleasantly surprised I didn't loop fail it. Otherwise I'd be a bit angry, and the gameplay didn't feel like it was dragging on. I felt a bit of variety in the gameplay. It's still kinda made for me, but the tower's pretty alright. Nothing else to say. Because the next tower is gonna be... oh, that tower. Honestly, the only redeeming qualities of this tower is the modern progress and the noticeable variety of gameplay in this tower. Got nothing else to say other than the fact that this tower is shit. I wish it just stayed in Ring 3 and the replacement tower got in Zone 3 instead. Actual, never mind, you can stay here in Zone 3. Speaking of Zone 3, let's go to Zone 2 just to pay a visit to the most SkiBD Sigma tower of all. Tower of Arcanium's entering. If this tower wasn't so punishing, then maybe it could have been enjoyed more by the community. I mean, I get the community's problem with this outside sections essentially being soft lock, unless if you know a guide and you have a lot of patience, especially floor rate outside being a bit unsight readable and having zero saveable platforms. I think the purism gameplay of this tower is made. Also, you can see me being extremely careful in floor 10 just because I don't want to redo the previous floors to increase chances of me falling outside. And unfortunately, this tower is alongside quirky contraptions for being all creativity, no enjoyment. Although Arcadian venturing will lead a bit more towards design, this tower is alright, leading closer to May. No further explanation. Now let's move to the next tower in this video, called Tower of Intense Solar Chaos, and honestly I don't have any opinions with this tower. Let's just skip to the next tower. Why won't I make a tower with an acronym based on the human organ used for gustation? I don't like this tower. The gameplay is straight up mid, and the button progress is only for the easiest parts of the tower for some reason, but hey, at least floor 10 has a safety net. That's the only part of the tower I liked. Also, by the way, I did technically beat this tower one time when I was at my era of having only this amateur, but I got kicked for skipping a couple of jumps, and I'm still bothered by that. Why the fuck did I fail that easy jump? Anyways, I beat it, yay. Now let's get to the next tower. I'm taking a minute. This tower is not that good. Another case of creativity and gameplay over enjoyment. Well, for me at least. I know you guys would be pissed saying at its peak, and say that I just have a skill issue. And you guys may be right, but I just don't like this tower. You can literally see me being too careful with these jumps. Just like what I said in Toaz, I don't want to redo previous floors. The safe net in floor 6, and the amount of button progress at least made this tower okay, because loop failing this would feel a lot worse. Got nothing else to say. This tower sucks. No further explanations. I thought this is going to be some old Roblox Time Machine type tower, and I was completely wrong. Safe to say I was shocked on the premise of this tower, although that's mostly from the fact my dumbass doesn't even know the meanings of warranted and retribution until I looked those up. I just looked at the Nito wiki and thought it's just an old Roblox Time Machine type tower, and I was pretty glad I didn't spoil myself about the tower's store. The gameplay isn't great, but I'm not saying it's terrible. Except floor 6, that one was ass. There wasn't anything that special with the gameplay. This tower focuses more about the story more than mechanics, but I don't mind it that much. The storyline made up for it. I think this tower is pretty good. Nothing else to say. The tower name is ironic, because it has one climactic outcome, me nearly having a mental breakdown from it. I'm not saying that this tower sucks. Hell, I think this tower is pretty good. It's just that the mid-remorseless gameplay in some parts of the tower was putting me off guard. But at least most of the modern progress lets you skip both. Oh, and the mental breakdown part. Yeah, it's the loop failing, wow, very surprising. And you can literally see me being extremely careful with floor 10 outside alongside most of it lacking safety nets. But hey, at least it's short-lived, and I just beat it, yay. There is no decent redeeming qualities of this tower. This tower looked at every type of gameplay it can think of, and it used those in the worst ways possible. It doesn't matter if you're a player with a challenging skill level. It doesn't matter if you've beaten Tower of Feudal Perusal, which is a low to mid Unreal 12.35 tower created by Addison Judah, 60 seconds until and for LN, and is located in Caleb's soul-crushing domain in Scope 2. Tower of Ultimately Terrifying is universally known to straight up ass. Don't even get me started with the soft lock in floor 10. I didn't record most of the legit gameplay of it because I'm laggy and don't want to risk it. Why give me the most dog shit gameplay everyone has conceived upon just to try to end it all on the last floor? Thank God I can do some major skips, because if I can't, then I have to endure this garbage even longer. The only parts of this tower I like are the aforementioned skips and the lost memes. Even then, this shit sucks.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
And to wrap this cleanup off, we got Triangular Terror. I don't really like this tower. It just spams triangles. Wait, it's literally the point of a tower. Well, I just don't like steep slope jumps. They feel janky. Sphere jank gameplay is peak and way better anyways. I don't have much to say about this tower. There are things about this tower I hate, yet I can't seem to find a reason why. Well, at least I've finally beaten it, which concludes every intense tower in Ito I've beaten. Remorseless cleanup video coming soon. Here's the ranking of each tower I mentioned in this video. Okay, thanks for clicking this video. Please give me recognition. If you're an Ito player, then the video title speaks for itself. If you're not an Ito player, let me explain. Powers of Hell is a pretty difficult hobby game in Roblox, and a shit ton of controversy happened, and I'm not getting to that in hand. Why did I bring it up? Just watch this guy's video. Remorseless is a level of difficulty. Remorseless is also the hardest difficulty of the console pushing tier. The tower is a 10-floor build in Roblox, with each floor taking up a 100 by 100 by 100 tons of volume, which makes it 1 billion cubic tons in volume. 10 billion cubic tons if you include the other 9 floors. It can be ascension-based, it can be descension-based, or it can be half and half, and it can be pretty wacky. Sometimes the tower isn't a tower, and it can be shorter like a sequel, or longer like a citadel, or an artist, or a CDC tower. Still think the tower. Look at this shit then. And lastly, the cleanup video term is when you finally finish tower you haven't beaten yet. Now that some of you non-Roblox playing folks understand the terms, it's time for me to commentate about these towers, and also give them a rating. Citadel of Pyramid-esque copies is a pretty solid citadel. It speaks for itself. It's a Pyramid-esque copies. Very mind-blowing. While I think the gameplay isn't surprising for me, it's well made for 2023, especially for being hosted by the same person who made Tower of Paneling Barricades. The gameplay also varies per character introduced in this citadel, so it gets creativity points. The design is also perfect. Pyramid-esque copies. More creativity points. I thoroughly enjoyed this citadel, while being unfitting for Zone 8. It still has a positive opinion from the community, but would I replay this tower? Probably not. I have nothing else to say. Here are the verdicts. You know it's kinda weird that I actually like this tower. Not really though. I don't know why, but I like these long jumps. Maybe it's the dopamine of pulling it off successfully, but I don't care. Granted, the gameplay is made even for Ring 5 standards, and it's overly reliant with long jumps. Half of this tower is just long jumps, and nothing else, but I kind of like the design. It's a bunch of fractured obstacles. It did not lie, I did get fractured obstacles. The worst part in my opinion in this tower is floor 10 are the tightropes to mini challenges. I do not trust these. I literally jumped on a different platform after completing the last challenge. And oddly enough, I would probably do this tower again. Anyways, here's my verdict on this tower. Honestly, I don't like this tower as much as everyone else. Maybe it's just floor 10 ruining my overall enjoyment of this tower. Yeah, I hate the pre-final stretch of floor 10. As for everything else, the gameplay is quite creative. Sure, most of it is over the point, but I mean some intense or remorseless towers in later zones are already extremely punishing, so I can't complain that much. As for the main custom mechanic in this tower, it's really creative. Shrinking, healing, freezing time, shooting balls, superposition. This tower did put these power laws into good use, especially the mechanic where the turret bullet turns into a floating sphere that you can walk on. Too bad it's only being used twice. Now for the design. The frame is wacky as hell, but still pretty cool. But would I redo this tower? Having to endure more punishing sections, and floor 10? Hell no, still a glow up after making TOPP. What the fuck? Here's my verdict. How hard is it to make good Remorseless gameplay? It's just one difficulty after intense. This tower is mid. Even below it. The gameplay wasn't anything that special, and why are the harder parts so damn punishing? How dare you make this inside box section be certain death if you fall? The design wasn't anything that special either, especially this stupid fucking bear. What are you yapping about? I just want to beat this tower. I didn't look at the dialogue, because I care more about not being sent back to floor 9B, but yeah, the boss dialogue was pretty cringe. I've been quite negative with this tower, so I'll start giving it positive remarks. I guess it's kind of creative with the gameplay. That's my only compliment. I did not enjoy this tower at all. No way in hell I'm repeating this. I didn't enjoy the first half, because it was basically loop fail central. Thank God this 8-button outside section is added. Imagine how painful it would be if it doesn't have one. I don't think this tower even has button progress to skip that section. However, I would say that the tower gets fun at the second half of it, especially with these elevator ladder sections. They're neat. They're also all netted, if I recall. I love it when towers net sections with gameplay most people haven't experienced yet. I like the use of these elevator platforms. It's quite creative, and floor 10 outside and roof are fully netted, I think. So this made this tower less stressful for me. I wouldn't want to repeat this tower, but it was a pretty neat experience. There's nothing much about the design though, so here's my opinion with this tower. I can't really talk much about the gameplay aside from my problem of floor 9 being completely punishing, while also having the hardest raw gameplay compared to everything else in the tower, which I don't have much of a problem despite failing the floor twice. It's just slightly above subpar quality gameplay, and at least I didn't fail the final stretch. Now for the design, what kind of mountain looks like this? One triangular structure. Branded it in Roblox, but that shit would topple over like Lego in real life. What were you thinking of building Parker on that unstable ass mountain, Cameron? Do you have a comical large crane or something? At least your gameplay is sort of creative, but looks can be deceiving from behind. Just like this avatar I'm wearing, the hair is so thick, and the backwards cap made it look like shit. I need to get better hair. The tower name lied, though I can clearly return back down with this conveniently located helicopter with a rope. The tower was a somewhat fun experience, and I would play this again. Not going to repeat, just play it again. Anyways, here's the verdicts. You know what this tower has in common with Tower of Thinning Layers? They get progressively thinner, but you know what's the difference between the two? Thinning Layers has fun gameplay, and this Citadel doesn't. I had a terrible experience with this Citadel, even when my total playtime of this was only like 4 hours. The gameplay wasn't even that special, the hook orbs added nothing honestly, combined with the fact that some parts are unnecessarily punishing, I real hated that 8-button hunt floor. I also hate the rising insta-kill section in floor raiding. Why the fuck would you put that there when I did so much bullshit already? I hate long punishing on SC towers that are like this, making the late floors and final stretch be real punishing, except TOFCB because it's my goat. As for the design, it's just the frame getting thinner and thinner, that's literally it. The only parts I like is the funny lemonade guy and the cat button. This tower can just be thrown straight to hell. It should've just stayed in a toes ring too. Hell, why didn't the replacement Citadel get in this zone? I haven't beaten it and it still has soft locks, but I still had a better experience in COR more than Koi. Yeah, got nothing else to say. I'm not going to repeat Koi anytime soon. Why does this even have a secret ending? Here's my opinion with this Citadel. You can't change my mind that this is just toner. If Macro focused a bit more with the design and sacrificed the gameplay length. Speaking of gameplay, it's pretty good. Not saying it's the best, but it's great. My only main issue with the gameplay is the final act. I mean, the tower is punishing and all, but I'm not complaining about the punishment as a whole. It's the tight timer. I mean, yeah, you're meant to be in a tight situation where even one fall would create effect or even end your run. I pray for Tower Rush grinders to not fall off, but the last floor is really stress-inducing, especially when falling once on a net would greatly reduce your time to be able to reach to the end. I rocked it hard with this run that you're looking at. The timer didn't even show up by the time I reached the peak of the time. Granted, I had other multiple failed runs of the final stretch, half being falling off and the other not having enough time, but I don't care anymore, at least I beat it. My other problem with the gameplay is the unskippable dialogue. Granted, it's a store-based sub-realm, but I'm restarting this tower multiple times, just let me skip. And what are you yapping about when you reach the top of the mountain? Just fall off to this. The kinetic energy gets absorbed by the bouncer and you live. Now for the design, it's well made, it's a cool looking mountain, it looks good, but did I enjoy this steeple? Not really, I have terrible nerve control, I don't want to repeat this steeple, not saying it's bad, it's a pretty good tower, there's nothing much to talk about this steeple, but there's one more problem I'm going to talk about regarding this steeple. Why the fuck did this get last place? You're telling me this arcane area ass tower got 14th place. You're telling me this boring ass loop failing steeple got in first place. What is the staff team smoking? Anyways, here are the opinions of this steeple. And to wrap off this video, we got this abomination. It sucks so much even Zach Rowe, the creator of this hated it. It's way more punishing than No Return, and is slightly more difficult, and utilizes more client objects than Toner, which is pretty creative and all for having different gameplay choices than the other tower, but I still didn't enjoy it. Safe to say I had a pretty shitty experience with this tower, but it's kinda my fault for having a skill issue. The floors I worried about the most are floors 5 and 10, since floor 5 has 0 safety nets falling would pretty much end your run, and floor 10 outside sections straight up killing your run after doing all of that. I took 3 clips of this tower, first one failing because I suck. Second one failing, yet I don't think it's even my fault. I need to rush it after all. I hate flat siding. Third one skips every other gameplay because I'm not risking it anymore. Also, since when was there a fire in the whole sound effect? I didn't even edit that in. I don't like the fact that the softlock floors I mentioned earlier don't even compensate with the difficulty. Hell, they were harder than the gameplay in edit floors. Yeah, that's pretty much it about the gameplay. Really punishing peak Remorseless tower. Now for the design, it's classic, it's made, but I can't get too mad. Zach Rowe is the embodiment of gameplay over design in Ito building after all. The design in Toe Fight wasn't anything special, and no, I didn't enjoy this tower. Fuck this, I'm not repeating it. Here's the verdicts. Goodbye. Steeple of towering pillars. Also the only tower in this video I unironically liked. I didn't enjoy it, but I appreciated that distance. Sure, there's loopholes and evil and dubious GPJs, but there's only like 2 of them. 3 if you include this part. I remember this one not having a ladder. Now let's start up with the design. It's classic, yet I love it. These pillars are the height of a steeple frame, yet the gameplay sticks into the design. I love it, and it makes it more creative, so I'll give it an 8. Speaking of creative, you can't really expect much from a classic themed steeple. The creativity stems from the pillars having gameplay surrounding or inside it, and the gameplay varies a lot for Forgotten Ridge steeple, so I'll give that one a 7. For gameplay, it's not that much. Again, this is just a classic themed steeple, so expect classic gameplay. This rating is pretty subjective, so you may like classic gameplay, unlike me, which I don't like. I'm looking at you, Koike. But it still kinda persists on being top-notch even for some subrealm called Forgotten Ridge. I'll give it a 6. For enjoyment, I didn't really enjoy this tower. It's loop fail. 4. And for the replayability factor, it sounds weird, but I might redo this tower again. Didn't say repeat, just redo it. It gets a 6. Overall, this tower is a 31 out of 50. Pretty surprising that this is the highest rated tower in this video. I can't really complain about this, because this tower taught me that loop failing is normal in Ito. Anyways, next tower is gonna be I want to take away the philosophy I said earlier. Dear God, this tower is straight up ass cheeks. Not even Latina ass cheeks, I'm talking about Rigby's left ass cheek. The only part of the tower I liked is the design. Cool looking frame. Cool looking carousel that doesn't even have horses in it, also why is it rotating in Mach 3? Cool looking clocks. I'll give it a 7. It gets a lower design score than the previous tower because I fucking hated this. Nothing much about creativity, just spinning things. Yeah, that's it. 5 because there's some gameplay variety, I guess. The gameplay isn't that great, the time in each floors are extremely inconsistent, and I hope you don't fall off below long floors, because I wouldn't wish that on my greatest enemy. Floors 1 to 5 aren't much. Floor 6 is a waiting sim. Floor 7 is what I call vertigo floor, also at least net this part like goddamn. Floor 8 is straight up ass, and floors 9 to 10 is just, I don't know what to call this gameplay, just call it tone gameplay. You know I liked the tone gameplay in Tower of Mach 9 more than tone. Want to know why? Because Tower of Mach 9 is fun, and this tower isn't. It's unnecessarily long, while also having boring and punishing gameplay. Want to make a tower that is punishing, while also not being dog shit. Then make the gameplay good. I like TOFCB because it has good gameplay despite the GBJs. I like Toner because it's fun and felt like an adventure. Tone just felt like a creation made by some sort of evil clown who uses it to waterboard their victims with and also turn them into more evil clowns. That one was a bit of stretch, but you get the idea. So to summarize, garbage gameplay, 2 out of 10. Did I enjoy this tower? No. And would I play this tower again? Hell no. Overall rating for this is 14 out of 50. I really hated this. I just wish there's button progress that shortens the tedious floors, which is all of them, of the gameplay. I don't care, it perfectly balances the button progress anyways. Remember that these are just suggestions, so it's not getting added. Anyways, next tower. Citadel of quadrilaterals, looks inside, triangles. This citadel has misleading design. It has triangles despite being called quadrilaterals. Instant 0 out of 10 for the false advertising. The tower is pretty creative, I guess. 7. The gameplay is so not good, literally the most mid-tier gameplay you've seen that doesn't cover up the loop failing. Why are the last 2 floors so punishing with the most boring gameplay? Flu, you didn't get demoted for making a tower about BDSM and more. You were demoted because you made this awful piece of shit of a citadel. At least there's button progress, so I'll give it meg plus points for that. 7. I really hated this tower. My first run got soft-locked. At least the fail made this more consistent. I did beat it in 3/4 of an hour in the second run. This tower is still ass though. 1 out of 10. And no, not repeating this, not even gonna redo it. 0. Overall, this is a 15 out of 50. I don't have suggestions, just keep it that way. I don't want to touch this thing ever again. Next tower. I like funky towers like TO-BBB and Rhythm Heaven. This one isn't it. Stop blazing this tower please. TOFG has got to be the most overrated remorseless tower. You guys need to stop pretending this is good. There's literally not much design after the first floor. We got a city-themed tower at first, and then it becomes the same bland-ass floors with modern gameplay. Like, dude, at least add some design to the rest of the tower. Why is it all put into floor 1? 3 out of 10 design. I can't really find anything creative about this tower. My hatred for this overlooked at anything good in this tower. 3. The gameplay isn't even that good. Not going to explain why. 4. I'm rage baiting. I didn't enjoy this tower. The only parts I like is the songs, and at least there's no outside sections. Other than that, I don't have a great experience in this. 3. I don't even want to redo this tower. I'm really glad I get to never do it again. Overall, this is a 30 out of 50. I don't like this tower compared to everyone else. Anyways, next tower. Might be wondering why just how I've beaten the easiest remorseless towers. Is it because they're ass? Yeah. There's nothing much about the design, at least all of it is readable and don't negatively affect the gameplay. 5 out of 10. And I mean the tower is creative and all with the gameplay, so it gets a 6. But the gameplay is not fun. Yay, I got to the win pad. Wait, why can't I win yet? Oh, I have to do this first. I hope it's not that bad. Bruh. The gameplay length of each floor is inconsistent. I'm not saying it's bad, it's just combined with gameplay I don't like, especially the unedited floor 10 outside. How dare you do this to me? I did all of that bullshit just for this piece of shit of tower. Try to end it. I know the gameplay isn't that hard, but I hate it when NSC towers do this shit, especially this spinner. How dare you do that to me? I didn't fall off from it, but it's still mean. Why would you do that to me? The Frederick Chopin, you fucking asshole. Why would you do that to me? At least make the gameplay good. Don't pull out that outside section bullshit on me if you're not going to bother making the gameplay decent. 0. The scale of my enjoyment in this tower. 0. Replayability scale. Also 0. I am never playing this tower ever again. This gets an 11 out of 50. I'm being really generous here, despite being a fifth of the total score. Again, there's a reason why I've not beaten some low-end remorseless towers in this game. They're so ass. TONP is not an exception. The design at least isn't the regular looking frame. I mean floor 4 looks extruded, and floor 10 frame spins, so it's a 4 out of 10. Not great, but it has some design. And I guess this tower is pretty creative with the gameplay. Not really. 5. But the gameplay, it is straight up dog shit. It's hard to explain, but everyone knows this is not how to make gameplay. Regardless if you're real Roma or schizoid, this tower is not worth your time. It's unbalanced, and the hardest parts of this tower are outside the tower frame, so fail that you most likely have to restart the tower. I get it. It's meant to nonsensical platforms, but at least make it decent. 1 out of 10. and you recognize the pattern. Both enjoyment and replayability scales are 0. Overall a 10 out of 50. No further explanations, there is no way of salvaging this garbage. You know, there's this one guy who told me not to try this citadel, and yeah, he's right, but I have to do it for the cleanup. The design is pretty good, even the classic tower. I love the contrasting regions of this tower. The winter region being winter, the desert region being a desert, the nature region being a rainforest, the basement floors being like a factory, and the hell region being hell, and heaven being complete unedited heaven. It's pretty good design for an old and classic citadel, so it gets a 10. Both design and gameplay vary in every region. Not sure about ice in the hell region though, so it gets a 9. The gameplay, however, isn't great. I mean, I get it. It's made before the COVID pandemic happened, so I can't get too mad about the gameplay, except the GBJs in the basement region. This felt unnecessary. It doesn't have to be this punishing. You guys might think I'll include the insta-kill turrets in the desert region, but honestly I'm not too mad about them. It's the soft-locking basement I hate about this citadel the most, especially the raw gameplay in it. It's not great, but hey, I appreciate the GBJ sections having easier gameplay. My other problem is the regions that isn't the winter or heaven regions having button hunt floors that this citadel didn't even bother telling you about. So if you've missed even one button, then you have to backtrack to get it. I have nothing else to say. I'll give it a 5. Did I enjoy this tower?
No.
Not at all. And would I want to replay this tower? No. Overall a 24 out of 50. I raged about this tower, and you people who've beaten it also raged about the gameplay, which is fair, but looking back at it, in my opinion this is the worst citadel in terms of gameplay, but the best citadel in terms of classic design. Awful tower. This lacks a lot of design. It's like the creator didn't bother changing the colors of the first 7 floors of the tower's frame. The design is all spent on the last 3 floors, and they don't even look that good. 2 out of 10. I mean, I guess there's variety in the gameplay. This tower felt different from other towers, not in a good way though. 5 out of 10. The gameplay is straight up ass. Stop saying this is good, you bum. It's not good tower, it's ass. The only redeeming qualities of this is that it's short, but that gets negated because of floor rate being a soft lock hell. So if you have awful nerve control like me, then you're gonna have to do this tower over and over again. 0 out of 10. Didn't enjoy it. And I will not redo this shit. This tower gets a 7 out of 50. The worst tower in this video. Let's just move on to the last tower. is making awful sequels of subpar towers need to be studied, because how the hell did Dex make a tower that's worse than its prequel? Tassim is the only good sequel. The design is cool, I guess. It's just Tocop with scoliosis, and Tocop already looks cool, so it doesn't add much to the design. 8 out of 10. This tower is definitely more creative than its prequel. I mean, it has way different gameplay than Tocop, so it gets a 10. The gameplay is okay, not great, but not awful. 6 out of 10. But what about the part where I say this is awful? It's based on personal experience. I get that there's button progress, and that this tower is meant to be brutal and bizarre torment, but remember, I'm not saying the gameplay is ass. It's just not my cup of tea. The loop failing sucks ass, and there's a reason why there's more Toza victors more than Tobat victors. Nothing else to say. I didn't enjoy this tower at all. 0. No shit, I wouldn't even want to redo this tower again. I nearly fumbled this part. Zero out of 10. Tobat is a 24 out of 50 overall. Nothing else to say. Let's just get to the remaining towers I've not beaten yet. The remaining towers I haven't beaten yet are most the hardest Remorseless towers. These will include Tower of Eternal Suffering, Citadel of Lethargy, Tower of Pastel Pillars, Tower of Corrupted Nightmares, Citadel of Peril, Citadel of Wacky Strategy, Tower of Zestlas, Tower of Tornado Vehemence, and last, Citadel of Overcoming the World's Imperfections. I will be doing co-op last, because I think it would be cool to sum up this series with the hardest Remorseless in the game, although there's some problems I have to talk about. One problem is demotivation. There's 2 demotivation I'm talking about, so let me just split it. The first one is the motivation to beat these towers. The game as a whole has been draining my mental health, especially that one time I fell off the net in cows. I originally planned cows for this video, but the constant loop failing and falling off floor 21 made me quit it. The second demotivation is my inconsistencies of editing. It's hard to explain, but I am very inconsistent with editing. I procrastinate a lot with video editing. Another separate problem is school-related things. I'm in 12th grade, and I don't have that much school stuff to do, but I still would like to focus a bit more in school over video editing. The third problem. I just want to finish some videos I missed out on, and also catch up on One Piece. Anyways, bye. For being the easiest and most lazily built tower in this video, I got nothing much to say about this tower, well, except for the Killrick shit show that this tower is. Although to be fair, this was made 7 years ago, so expect the gameplay to not great. The eternal suffering part of the tower comes from the loop fails, and the transition of not being able to see shit in floor 1. Floor, and I think this tower does keep its name true with its gameplay choices. It's not that hard, it's doable, but I didn't enjoy this tower that much, only Papingus likes it, and I wouldn't even want to redo this tower. Anyways, next tower. Citadel of Peril, everyone's favorite volcano citadel. I got nothing much to say about this tower aside from floor rate feeding a waving synth and light synth making sure you suffer a lot in this tower, which includes mid-tier gameplay above an insta-kill. Probably one of the reasons you got demoted in the first place, but let's not slander the creators of this tower, as the focal point here is the Citadel itself. Citadel of Peril is basically a speedrun Citadel, where you escape from rising lava, except instead of a usual escape the evil zombie, you have to do challenging difficulty gameplay with rising lava beneath you. The gameplay is quite varying. We got Duke's classic style, then hard to pronounce names TO style, then light synth saying fuck you and ruining your run. I appreciate the gameplay variety and the different styles of each creator. I think collab towers are created well, except this one. This felt like a 2-day side project, and the design is a citadel in a volcano, and there's speakers in this citadel. Wow, I could have enjoyed this tower more if it wasn't for light synth. Although without light synth this citadel could have been like mid to high Remorseless if he didn't join the collab. Yeah, I would repeat this tower again. Nothing else to say. Also shout out to this guy who spectated me. When a tornado randomly sits in space, in a serious note at least add some design. Like, I'm fine with the grayscale frame, but at least add a little more color in the gameplay. Maybe like a blue solar panel or a red antenna. Just put some design variety, my guy. I get that gameplay is the most important aspect in towers, but at least add a little priority to the design. Speaking of gameplay, it's alright I guess. There wasn't anything special, but each floor has one notable thing that other floors don't have. Not going into detail with this one, I didn't particularly enjoy this, nor want to redo this again, but this is far from the other worst towers in this video. Also be happy for this guy, he beat mechanically induced mayhem after I beat this tower. Got nothing else to say. Next tower. Why did we replace an actual good-looking citadel that fits the most in this area with this garbage? I don't care if it was due to lag reasons, I care more about why did they pick this. This tower is that one kid you do not want to sit next to at school, yet your teacher finds a way to make them sit with you like they planned every other student to sit with everyone else besides you and said kid. But let's not judge a book by its cover, except for this one you can judge that. Lethargy is just classic gameplay, which I don't mind that much, except this is mid-tier classic gameplay with punishing gameplay. I'll let this one slide just a little bit, since most of these have buttons progress, but I still don't enjoy this tower. There's nothing much design in this citadel aside from it being L-shaped. I don't want to even redo this one. It's that one tower that you're glad to never do again. Anyways, done talking about this. This tower could have been okay if it wasn't for floor 3. That floor single-handedly made this cross the insane line. The gameplay sucks, and there's not much design, but the innovation of this tower isn't hideous. It's actually quite creative for an old and hated tower. But I still get to complain about it anyways. This tower is one of those that fall off to the all creativity no enjoyment in Ito towers. It's just not fun to play with. At least the final stretch gives more than second chances, so I guess we're chill now. The tower is still ass though. Not recommended until it gets revamped. I beg you to revamp TOS yourself, Vincent. And oddly enough, I might redo this tower. Not repeat, just replay some of the tower. Cannot describe how much I despise this garbage. If you like this tower, then I'm sorry, but you 100% hate yourself. Why would anyone enjoy some loop fail hell with mid-tier gameplay like this? Can we stop making towers that put zero button progress while putting roundabout gameplay in every single crevice inside the tower? Because if you're gonna do that, then at least make the gameplay good. This also falls into the category TOS is in. While I find certain parts creative, like the turret to the end, it's more of a please God make this work, don't make me fall off again prayer, instead of making some players like me enjoy this. The only person I knew who enjoys this is Papingus, and Papingus liking your tower is already an insult within itself. I've had zero enjoyment with pastel pillars, nor I want to ever redo this shit again, but the design looks okay I guess. Anyways, on to the last 3 towers. Is it weird that I like this more than Ton? I'm not saying that TOCN is good or anything, the gameplay is still shit, but for some reason I still kinda enjoyed this tower. I definitely would like this more if there were no outside sections, but I still unironically enjoyed this tower. Sure, the gameplay is spammy and the design isn't much, but this tower at least has a little variety, although not that much. I have weird tastes in towers. I like this. I like spherical jank gameplay for some reason, I don't really know why. I'd probably redo TOCN and try to get to floor 8 or something like that. Anyways, it's time for the worst citadel I have ever experienced.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
This tower, the 6 months of making this tower minus the breaks is worth it. The design is so beautiful, the gameplay, despite its extreme punishment, is so creative and fun, that I would probably do this citadel, and maybe I'd repeat this it in a toes. This isn't anything ironic, because this citadel is 100 times easier and 1,000 times more bearable and fun than cows. What? You expect anything else for me to say? Well, I was kinda thinking of making this video more cinematic, especially for this segment, which is literally about my final tower before the release of Purgatorio, but I got too lazy to do those. At least you got my last Remorseless cleanup before Purgatorio. Hey guys, I've decided to rush for this video because I won't rate the towers here since they're tutorial towers, and also I want to preemptively make the animations for Steel Spire Horizon cleanup, but hey, just watch my video. Tower of Genesis, made by one of the 2 owners of this game, Asylum. This is also the easiest tower in the game. People complain that this tower is too boring, and I can see why, but remember that newer players have to get used to this game. Now about this tower, I think this tower does well at its job. This tower focuses on making newer players transition from those Korean slap tower games into a more modern and Ito-esque tower, and it does it pretty well. The purism is simple, the way client objects are used is simple. This tower is meant to be simple after all. I have no problems with this tower. Anyways, next tower. Tower of Buttons, the one made by Ty and 3XW. We won't talk about this guy. This tower looks different from the previous tower. It's a bit more abstract and has less fog and other design, but it's still a nice tower. This tower focuses on the button and morpher mechanics, and their permanent and timed counterparts. I like the way this tower teaches those mechanics. It teaches players everything. This useless button, these useful buttons, these timed buttons that hinder you for making progress. Then these morphers. It's great to teach players about client objects, and teaching them that these can be used either to give progress, or to slow you down from gaining progress. I have no problems with this. It's a great tower, another W for Ty. Anyways, time for the next tower. Tower of Motion Evolution, made by the other owner, Purgatorio. This tower focuses more on moving objects, like these moving platforms, and these spinners, and also these X-pushers I guess, but that's not the topic for now. This tower is different from the other towers mainly because everything moves. Another thing is that this tower has punishing outside sections, and I think it's good that this tower has punishment. We can't expect new players for every tower in this game to be easy. Remember that later towers in this game have punishment, each with their own way of punishing players. That's why I think motion evolution is also great for teaching newer players nerve control. Again, I don't have problems with this tower. It's great for teaching players about moving parts and punishing gameplay, and I like it. Next tower. Tower of Critical Damage, made by Novasky and CL Azalski. This tower focuses on kill brick heavy gameplay. Obviously it's not TOWW level of kill brick heavy gameplay, but this tower is great for teaching players to stay away from anything that can damage them, and also teaching players to conserve health. This tower also teaches turrets. Sometimes it damages you, or sometimes it shoots out a moving platform that the player has to stand on. It shows that turrets are good boys, and good girls, and good enemies sometimes. I have no problems with this tower. Sure, there's probably not enough indication for new players, but they'll figure it out. Next tower. Tower of Boost Mayhem, made by Risen Artemis. This tower focuses on boost pads and boosters. Green pads are jump boosters, while orange pads are jump boost removers. Yellow pads are speed boosters, while red pads are speed boost removers. Remember in Tower of Buttons that not all buttons are good, therefore it also applies to these boosts. Sometimes this jump boost just takes away your ability to jump, or these so-called speed boosts that actually slow you down. These red and orange pads now look useful for newer players. I like how they make sure that the boost removers are still useful in their own way. Now for the boost zones. The circle one means jump boost, and the diamond one means speed boost. Once you leave the zone, then the boost is taken away from you, and just like before, these mechanics can also be used against the player. I like the way on how this tower teaches this mechanic. I have no problems with this tower. Next tower. Tower of Various Pressures, made by Lizardis. This tower focuses on pushing platforms and falling platforms. This is probably one of the towers here that don't teach new players well. It's pretty loop-faily, which I call bad punishing. Refer to this graph. Now back to TOVP. The gameplay felt boring, even when the creative usage of pushing platforms. This tower just doesn't feel fun to play through, especially to newer players. Speaking of creative usage of pushing platforms, earlier areas don't really have end towers that give great complex X-pusher gameplay. The towers with complex X-pusher gameplay are at way later areas. These are my own problems with TOVP, well except for this X-pusher mechanic not working, but I'm sure it'll be fixed in later updates. Anyways, next tower. Holy shit, what is this design change? Tower of Kinetic Potential, made by Arxias, drifting down, and a Demir. This tower focuses on elevators and push boxes. The only thing I can say is, Wow, that design. Newer players would be shocked the moment they played this tower after playing the mid-called Tower of Various Treasures. I don't think they'd care about the elevators and push-ups mechanic. I think they're too distracted on how the builders cooked with this tower. They didn't just cook, they straight up over-seasoned it. The gameplay is fine though, nothing that mind-blowing. I have no problems with this tower. Next tower. Tower of No Strings Attached, originally meant to be made by Blockerman 666 and Demos, but they passed it to Chrome. Speaking of Chrome, I copied his avatar without permission. I hope he'll be fine with it. Anyways, this tower focuses on balloons, ziplines, and vines. I don't remember any other tower that uses this wonky zipline thing, but if it's easy to do then it's easy to do. Aside from that, the tower is great for teaching these three mechanics. It's fair for new players at first, but at the end you have to pick which of two of the last three floors to do first, as the last floor becomes unsafe, meaning you'll potentially lose your run if you fall, teaching newer players more about punishment in towers. I don't have anything else to say about this tower. In fact, I don't have that much things to say about this tower. It just looks cool, and it's a pretty neat tutorial tower. Anyways, next tower. Tower of Keys to Success, made by Dispensable Array and the Ultimate Dianite. This tower focuses on the keys and locked doors mechanic. For being the oldest tower to be made and confirmed in this area, I think it does quite well for introducing keys. Well, even if it's the most straightforward mechanic given to a tower that's harder than other towers here. Anyways, this tower felt nostalgic for me. It felt nice playing a classic tower in a tutorial area, especially when it has decent gameplay. It was kinda confusing to me, but I still enjoyed it. I know that newer players might not like it, but I think this tower works well as an introduction to the key and locked door mechanic in the game. And I guess my other problem is the last floor, this key hunt. Thank God I only have to collect something like 75% of the keys. Otherwise it would be way more tedious. I have nothing else to say about this tower. Next tower. Tower of Dancing All Night, made by Macro21. This tower focuses on recapping every previous mechanics, and also beat blocks. The way that beat blocks are used in this tower makes me think that Flaming Long's slandering beat blocks in his tower is right. Then we get to floor 6. None of the outside sections are netted, so if you fall off then you have to go back to floor 1. I think the first two outside sections are nice. They make the new players adapt to the lobby to not fall. And then we get to the last outside section. I call this one garbage. I hate it. That's it. Look at this bullshit. Also make sure you know that this one is actually spinning beat blocks. Now after floor 6 you get branded with a safety net. Yay. 3 floors later you are forced to do a punishing outside section with no safety nets, guaranteed soft lock, and uncomfortable beat block gameplay. Yay. Despite that I really hated this tower, I have to admit this tower teaches newer players on how to control their nerves on a punishing section with bad gameplay. Nerve control practice is good, regardless of how ass the gameplay is. Anyways, next tower. Citadel of Victory, made by the Verb's Word. This Citadel doesn't focus on any specific client object. It's more of an introductory Citadel that introduces newer players on what playing a Citadel felt like, and honestly, it does not do well. The main issue with this Citadel is on how confusing it is. The first 2 floors are fine, but it just becomes confusing after those floors. I know this is hard difficulty, but come on, TOCD is 2 difficulties away from this, and it's way easier than this Citadel. This Citadel just felt repetitive and long, but putting the cons of this Citadel aside, it was pretty enjoyable. The gameplay is quite creative, and my goat Iris made music for it. Already peak Citadel for me. I have nothing else to say about this Citadel. Time for the last tower that really isn't a tower, but it's made by the same creator. Tower not found, also made by the Verb's Word. I just beat it, okay. I wonder what happens after this. Hey guys, welcome to watching me rate my 7th 25 demons in Geometry Dash. First I got explained to you the other 6 videos I made regarding this. The first part of this series was a 4:3 video I made with the most goated video editing software for iPad users, KineMaster. All I did was record 1 attempt, plays of every level, compile them into 1 video, put a caption that puts my thoughts about these levels, even when they aren't really opinions, and presto, I edited a video. Part 2 was requested by this guy called Trapsack. Shout out to him for making me do a part 2. Part 3 has slightly better editing. Part 4 felt like I was dragging on with this lazy editing. So in part 5, this is where the style changes. Instead of editing in KineMaster, I started to use DaVinci Resolve. This one editing software has everything, even more than KineMaster itself. It doesn't even have ads, and best of all, it's free. Anyway, part 5 was the first video I made in DaVinci Resolve. This was the first ever video I made in this editing software. It's definitely not good, but the new style compared to the previous parts made up for it. Then we get to part 6, where I actually tested my editing skills to the limits, while barely even giving a shit about the Fusion page, because I'm a dumbass for not using the Fusion page more often. It definitely stood out compared to the 5 parts before it, and now you're here, in part 7. Also expect most of these to be easy demons, because I wanted the dopamine of beating a demon level even when said demon level is harder 7 stars at best. Anyways, without further ado, let's start off this video, starting with
You playing Minecraft. I like to cut you.
Infinite Circles by Starter, the first demon for this video. Back in the day, 9 Circles levels were notorious for being a free rate glitch. 2016 real not clickbait. Rob Top even have to state that most 9 Circles levels can't be rated anymore, but since this level is made at 2.0, I'll let it slide. The design looks convoluted, yet I kinda like it. Not sure how to explain it, but I'll give it a 7. The 9 Circles level, I like how it uses 2.0 blocks, and somehow made it look decent, but there's nothing much about the gameplay, so I'll give it a 7. Speaking of gameplay, there's nothing that special about it. It's not terrible, it just isn't balanced well, which is the main issue with this level. The first half of this level does felt like an easy demon, but the second half felt like 5-star hard difficulty gameplay. Note that balancing and gameplay quality give this score a maximum of 5 each, totaling 10, meaning that I'm giving this a 5. Despite the unbalancing part of this level, I like it. It was kinda fun to be honest. It gets an 8. And would I replay this level? Problem 6. Total score for this demon is 33 out of 50. For my verdict, it's an okay level. The gameplay is pretty unbalanced, but I still recommend this. Next level.
No, fuck off.
Jawbreaker by Zenfic Alpha. Again, 9 Circles levels aren't creative at all, but since this is the second 9 Circles level in the game, next to the real 9 Circles, I'll let this one slide. Now the design of this level, it's just 9 Circles, but blue. I mean it still works, so I'll give this a 6. Since this level is just blue 9 circles, it's not that creative, but I'm giving this plus points for having a different ending compared to 9 circles, so this gets a 7. The gameplay of this level is really fun. The gameplay is grid balanced, and it's great even for my 2.2 standards, so I'll give this a 9. I really enjoyed this level. I don't think I have to say anything much about this. 9 out of 10 for enjoyment. And yes, I'd probably beat this level. 10. Overall score for this level is 42 out of 50. Verdict. Great level, good gameplay, it's fun, highly recommended. Next level. Spider Tech by OOC, the first payment in this video. This platformer level is fully black and white, no gray or anything, just 2 colors, and with some sort of light ray effect that inverts the colors that are in the ray. First things first, I love the design of this level. It looked extremely appealing for me despite only using 2 colors. It gets minus points for looking oh, so it gets a 8. The way that this level used only 2 colors made it creative, and this level made platformer slope gameplay super fun. It's nice that the creator knew how to make good spider slope platformer gameplay. This gets a 10. Speaking of gameplay, it's perfectly balanced. Not only that, but just as what I said, the gameplay is good. I have no problems with it. This gets a 10. I really enjoyed watching my spider icon run around and slide down a slope. It's funny. 10. Damn right, I'm repeating this level. I want my icon to slide around again. 10. Overall score is 48 out of 50. My verdict. Great platformer level, fun gameplay, it's funny, epic worthy, I highly recommend it. Next level.
Maria! August 12, 2036. Each of the universe.
Compare with us, by Alkali. No, not that 9 circles level. I'm talking about this Pair with us. Honest, I didn't like this level at all. Sure, the design looks cool. Alkali's design is pretty neat, so I'll give this an 8. Not sure which part can be created, so I'll give it a neutral 5. But the gameplay, I mean it's kinda balanced and all, but I just don't like it. It's been a long time since I've played this level. Please remember that I recorded gameplay of this for like a year ago, but I still remember me not liking the gameplay. I'm not explaining further. 3. I don't remember enjoying this level at all, but I need it as ruckus music so it gets a more. Would I replay this level? Not at all. I don't even like this level. 0. Overall score is 20 out of 50. Verdict. This is subjective. I didn't like this level at all. It doesn't deserve epic in my opinion, but I would still recommend it if you like flowy gameplay, or if you play Alkali next level.
We'd like to take a moment to announce that
How we win by the GD Deeper Space member freed the dolphins. This level is meant to replicate Rob Top's style, and it worked. The design looks clean and great, but in a scale of Rob Top style from 1 to 10, I'm giving it an 8, which will be the design score for this level. For creativity, it's quite creative, not just that it mimicked the Rob Top style well, but it also felt like its own level. The gameplay variety is nice, so I'll give this a 9. The gameplay, while I do like the variety this dash arm section thing is a bit wonky, but nonetheless the gameplay is pretty balanced and still top notch. I'll give this an 8. For enjoyment, it was quite fun. 8. But would I repeat this level? Not really. I'd still try to get Armo 7. Overall this is a 40 out of 50. Verdict. Epic level, deserves the epic rating, highly recommended. Okay, now let's summarize these 5 demons. Infinite Circle. Impressive that it looked decent despite having convoluted design. Jawbreaker. Fun. Spider Tech. Very fun. The Fairy Dust. Kinda ass not gonna lie. And how we win. I like it. Time for the next 5 demons. Imperceptible by BJH6078, an easy Pokemon with its gimmick having hidden gameplay that only shows up at start, or with these yellow stars. First off, I like the design of this level. The checkerboard pattern looks nice, and it's quite simplistic. 7. For the creativity, I've not seen these types of levels before, well except the prequel to this Pokemon, which I mentioned in part 5. It's pretty much the same level, but with cooler design and effects. I'll give this one a 6. For the gameplay, I like it. Obviously the raw gameplay is generic, but there's a reason why it's generic. You obviously wouldn't do Towerverse with invisible gameplay. The simple raw gameplay balances out the gimmick of this level. 9. I did enjoy this level. It's not gambling dopamine fun, but it's brain memory fun. 7. I don't replay this level for fun, I won't go too far in it. The gameplay felt dragging on at the second half to be honest. 4. Overall this is a 33 out of 50. Verdict. Cool level, Metal Gear Solid, I recommend this. Next level.
This Santa is dead, and he just doesn't know it.
Idling Somewhere by Haichi, an easy Pokemon. There's not much to talk about this level. The design looks cool, I guess. 7. I'm very neutral about the creativity scale with this one. 5. The gameplay, it's alright. The raw gameplay is almost easy Pokemon worthy. It's just that the level is too short. It felt like a harder 7 Moon difficulty platformer level at best. Only if the timer keeps on going even if you die. This level would actually be easy Pokemon gameplay, but I'm talking about gameplay quality and balance here. It does both criterion well. 8. I didn't really enjoy this level, it felt boring, there was nothing much about this level, it's also pretty loop-faily. 3. However, I might repeat this level, sold for speedrunning. In fact, if this level can only be beaten by speedrunning, it could have been a demon-worthy level, but anyways, it gets a 9. Overall a 32 out of 50. My verdict. May, it's a level alright, just not demon worthy. Recommended if you want a free demon. Next level. Change of scene, by Lee, my goat. He makes the best looking levels you've ever seen, while also never getting past 40,000 objects. That's why he's the best level creator in the game. For the design, it looks good, it's still beautiful even in the 2.2 era. The design is heavily varying, especially the alternate path of this level, which doesn't change the gameplay, but it makes the design more immersive. This level fucking peaks so much I wish I can give it an 11, but sad it gets a 10. For creativity, holy shit, how did Lee get less than 80k objects? The fact that 3.5 minute level, especially the amount of variety in the design combined with the alternate path that modifies those designs, being heavily optimized to the object limit to not burn anyone who uses a low-end device is just mind-boggling. Even after the 2.2 update, it's still very impressive on how beautiful this level is at the time, while also being optimized to the brim before said update. The Forsaken dev team should hire this guy, although actually never mind, don't get hired by the Forsaken dev team please. Well, I have nothing much to say. Very creative level, both in gameplay and design and optimization. This gets a perfect 10. Now before I talk about the rest of this level, I've beaten the gauntlet counterpart of this level, so I'll only continue blazing this level if we get there. Even if it will be 11 demons later, it will be ready when it's ready. Next level.
Could you sign this book, please? Tony Robbins hungry.
Play Maria the First, by random, basic just Dark Souls, but Geomet Dash. The design of this level is quite barren, there's nothing much about the background of this level. Think of it as an early 2.0 level minus the gameplay and most air decoration. I won't downplay this level that much, since the design of the attacks and the parry effect look nice, so I'm giving this a 5. The gimmick of this level being like a Dark Souls fight is pretty creative, however it felt like it was dragging on, it just felt like parry this, parry that, it gets old quickly. 6. The gameplay is kind of more than decent. My problem with this level is that you think that you have to parry in time, but really you have to parry early. My other problem with this level is the moveset of the enemy, but it's more of me problem because I don't want to memorize his moveset. I raw dog it, and if I don't parry his attack in time, I fucking die. 7. While the level felt wonky to me, it was quite fun. Despite my hundreds of deaths, it was funny healing back to full after doing a parry. 9 out of 10. Although I wouldn't want to repeat this level, I still want to see my icon beat the shit out of the boss. 5. Overall, this is a 32 out of 50. My verdict: Dark Souls. Looks like Infernal Arena. Not Baron. Still recommended. Anyways, next level. Oxidize. I'm a Gula. Does the creator's username having the word "the" at the start imply that he's the only Gula, and every other level creators are actually multiple entities? I like the rustic and wasteland-like design of this level. The Minecraft copper blocks are cool. All the changes of theme were quite nice. From this copper factory-looking thing to some abandoned city, then to the sewers, to a warehouse, then to a train chase. I quite like this design. It looks good while not blocking the gameplay. It's quite sight-readable. 10. I didn't really find much creativity in this level. The gameplay is quite simple. The layout of this level isn't anything crazy. I would say that the design variety made up for it. 7. The gameplay wasn't that special, but again, it's decently sight-readable and balanced. I forgot to mention that gameplay that gives you an adrenaline rush gets a higher score, both for gameplay and enjoyment, so gameplay gets a 9. For enjoyment, it's definitely enjoyable in the second half, but I'm not saying the first half of the level is infuriating, so I'm giving this a 7. Would I replay this level though? Honestly, I'm a bit neutral with this. I can't firmly grasp on the specifics of this level that make me want to play it again. 5. Overall, this is a 38 out of 50. Verdict: Rust, Minecraft. I'll recommend it. Time to summarize these 5 demons before going to the next demon level. Imperceptible, Metal Gear Solid, Island Somewhere, who put a 7 moon level here. Change of scene, this fucking peaks actually, Flame Arena.
Strength. Extraordinary.
And Oxidize, Minecraft. Now let's move on to the next level. Shine by Vocal Ukage. That Kanye song starts playing. The design looks alright, although it's a bit barren. It lacked a bit of variety, and the design looked convoluted in a semi-charming way. 6. This level isn't very creative. The gameplay felt the same, and again, the design felt repetitive. Sure, there are some block design changes, but the changes are so anticlimactic and uninteresting that it just felt like a generic demon. I personally think this level isn't epic worthy because of a lack of design variety. 5. The gameplay is alright, nothing special, it's decently balanced, and the gameplay quality is alright. 6. I didn't enjoy this level that much, but I didn't have a terrible experience in this level, so I'm giving this a 6. For some reason I want to repeat this level twice, thrice even. 10. Overall, this is a 33 out of 50. My verdict: Star Fox. I don't know. I recommend this level, I guess. Next level. Swing Cubiger by Mr. Yer. The level name lied to you. I'm being spun, not being swung. Learn the difference. The design of this level is pretty nice. I like the gradient outside of the level walls. The simplistic design is also good because you can actually see the gameplay when the design doesn't try too hard. 7. This was probably the first level to do this type of gameplay. If a rated platformer level does the first iteration of different gameplay, like this level, it automatically gets a 10 in creativity. The gameplay is great, it's fairly balanced, isn't too difficult, and there's gameplay variety in this level. The catch of this level is that you need to die multiple times just to get used to the gameplay, which is basically just every platformer level in the game. Also, I didn't record more about this level, but there's buttons and time dilation zones. I just didn't record it because I'm lazy, and don't call me a fraud. I did beat this level, right here, on your screen. I beat it. Anyways, gameplay gets a 9. I didn't enjoy this level that much, but again, it's not terrible. The gameplay is definitely something you have to die through over and over again just to get the hang of it. It gets my pity points. 7. Would I replay this level? Not really, there's not much about this level, just a platformer level with an interesting gameplay change. 3. Overall this level gets a 34 out of 50. My verdict, it spins, not swings. Please know the difference next time. It should have been called Spin Cubeater instead, but I still recommend this level. Anyways, next level.
Where is he? 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 Dino! Dino! What do you do, Dino? Where is he? Dino! What do you do, Dino?
Coaster Mountain by Sir Punch. This level is just okay, it's not peak, it's just a gorgeous level. The design of this level is nice, I do admit, especially with having less than 80k objects. The wind effect is nice, the falling structure effect is nice, the air decoration, background, and block decoration look good. It gets a 9. This level is kind of creative with the usage of slope gameplay, I guess. I haven't seen any other platformer level that does this gameplay before this level came out. 9. The gameplay is alright, it's just slope gameplay. That's it, it's decently balanced, although I don't like the gameplay so it gets a 5. I didn't really enjoy this level that much, can't explain why. 4. But it gets plus points because of a penguin. 6. Would I replay this level? Nah, the penguins are nice though. 3. Overall this is 32 out of 50. My verdict. Not legendary worthy to be honest. If it wasn't made by Sir Punch then it wouldn't be legendary rated, let's be real here. I still recommend this level though. Anyways, next level. Secret Way by Moodly. I wonder which Moodly made this level. Is it Moodly 1? Was it Moodly's 876 clone? I don't know, but anyways. The design of this level is quite nice. There's noticeable variety in it from the seeming normal start to the part where the beat drops. It also has less than 40k objects, so this adds points for both the design and creativity scales. Design gets a 9. For the creativity, I have not seen other levels that uses the secret way as its own gimmick. 10. Note I'm no longer giving scores higher than 10. for the gameplay, it's alright. Also I remember the last time I played this level the gameplay of the boss fight was kinda fast, but looking back at it isn't even that bad anymore. Also I'm too lazy to record the whole gameplay of this level. I still beat this level, deal with it, 7. I really liked this level, I can't explain thoroughly though, it's just fun for me, 9. Would I replay this level? Yeah, it's nice, 8. Overall this gets a 43 out of 50. Verdict. It's called Secret Way, and the level has a secret way. Hideo Kojima wrote this, and recommends you to play this level. Next level. Boom V, made by Royalty and other Italian GD players. This level is based on Italy. I love the design of this level, mainly because not only it looks good, but also it doesn't make itself look stereotypical like adding pizza and shit. It shows that the creators of this level take their work seriously, and they don't want to make their passion project look like a joke collab. Great job Royalty and other creators of this level. The animations may look cheap to people who haven't played this level nor played this game, but the animations are still climactic even with the limitations of Geometry. Remember that this is made before 2.2, so expect this level to have high quality animations, and also not being optimized well. Please take a look at low detail mode, and I guess my only problem with the design of this level is the lag, but who the fuck cares, it looks good anyways, 9. I forgot to mention that the design variety of this level is top-notch as well. The gameplay really fit well with the design and the music. The design of this level made up for the gameplay. I wish I can talk about the boss fight, but I'm too lazy to record it. But it looks good, and it plays well from the music to the design, so this gets a 9 in creativity. Now before we get to gameplay, did you know that this level has a gauntlet level counterpart, which is located in the Galaxy Gauntlet Purgatorio intermission? Shine. The level is just there I guess. Swing Cubiger. Again I am spinning not swinging, the level name is lying to you. Coaster Mountain. Not legendary worthy to be honest. Secret Way. Will Andy ever beat the allegations? Kaboom movie. No way a non-stereotypical country-based level. Now that we are now out of the way, let's get to the last 10 demons for this video. Continuing this level, the gameplay is nice, it's fairly sight-readable, and the gameplay quality and balancing for this level made it epic demon worthy. The gameplay throughout the entire level is quite good. I guess my only problem with the gameplay is the lag, but it's a bit negligible with low detail mode, although I liked playing levels with no LDM enabled, so it gets a very teeny time minus 9. I really liked this level. This level felt exciting to play through. Everything in this level is fun to me. 10. Would I replay this level? Yeah, it's very fun to me. 10. Overall this level gets a 47 out of 50. Verdict. Very Italian level, felt very Italian even with the lack of Italian dishes. I highly recommend this level. Next level. I Bandsmen, and other Australian creators. I rated this before back in the 5th part of this series, but I wasn't rating properly back then, so it's time to revise my opinions regarding this level. Anyways, this level is meant to resemble Australia. Unlike Kapu Mundi, this level is a bit stereotypical, yet at the same time it isn't, because how the hell do you people casually leave with the biggest insects on this planet? The design of this level is quite cool. I love the aboriginal dot art that blends in with other block design that isn't dot art. The design contrasts nicely, yet at the same time it looked like it's just a single design choice. I'm not saying this is a bad thing, I'm just saying it's very creative. Another thing I like is this mini boss fight, where you dodge this big ass spider's attacks. I love the design of this spider. Don't expect me to commentate much about this spider, it just looks cool. 10. Speaking of creative. Again, the half abstract and half dot art contrast yet complement each other real well. The gameplay flows great with the design, although I don't find anything else notable. This gets an 8. The gameplay is alright. There's some parts of it that felt wonky, but for the most part it's bearable. It's decent balanced and felt top-notch. It felt flowy and synchronizes well with the song. The beat drop of the song also worked well with the gameplay choice and intensity. I remember not liking the gameplay at the last 20% of the level, but that was 3/4 a year ago, so I might not hate that part of the level as much as that time. Gameplay gets an 8. I really enjoyed this level. I just explained what I like about this level, so I'm not going to bother explaining my enjoyment scale for this level. 9. Would I replay this level though? Hell yeah, it's very fun. 9. Overall this gets a 44 out of 50. Verdict. Australia. It has nice art and creatures. Highly recommended. Next level. Sinless Ash, my world. We'll be talking about the one in the split gauntlet. This one being the 4th level in that gauntlet. I've covered up this level before in part 3, but that video was just a shitpost, so here you are, watching me finally rate it seriously. The design of this level is great. It follows the theme of Terraria well, and the varying biomes from both paths look great even when it's flat colored. It goes to show that not every level needs a shit ton of glow objects that are enough to kill a Victorian child. 10. For the creativity, this level clicks well with the music. Usually most levels that actually do that are made to me, but I like the way on how this level does it mainly because of the boss fights. Syncing clicks with the music simply makes the level feel more immersive. Sure, this ship part doesn't sync, but the sword animation does, so it still counts. 9. For the gameplay, again, I love the clicks syncing with the music, especially when the gameplay is more than decent. There are some times where the clicks doesn't exactly sync with the music, but I don't care, this level is real good. 9. Yeah, the level is fun. The sword animations look wacky in a good way. It's so fun to watch it boomerang off the bosses. This level didn't feel like it was dragging on either. It's a neat XL level where the gameplay is fun and balanced, and the design looks great even when it's flat colored. So I'm giving this a 10. Would I replay this level? Well, for the sake of my time I might not do it. I would get both coins though. 6. Overall this level gets a 44 out of 50. Verdict. Incoming barrage of player hit 0.web sounds. This level is very Terraria-esque even when I haven't played Terraria yet. Still highly recommended. Next level. Finally returning back to this level. You waited for this, I get to blaze this level once more. The gameplay of this level is really good. It goes well with the design of this level. Plus it's decent to sight readable. There's also a lot of variety of this level, which I probably already said before, but reminding things again isn't a bad thing sometimes. I guess my only problem with the gameplay is the simulation part, but who cares about that? The gameplay is super flowy, and the level is cool. I'm one of the top players of this level. This gets a 10. No shit, I enjoyed this level a lot. Every single aspect of this level didn't feel like it was dragging on. This is what XL levels should be. Make the gameplay good. Make it feel like an adventure by utilizing more effects and design. Don't make the gameplay repetitive like this bullshit they call dear nostalgists. This level is the epitome of what a good XL level should be. 10. And would I repeat this level? Yeah, it's fun, especially the aforementioned design and effect variety combined with great flowy gameplay. 10. Overall this level gets a perfect 50 out of 50. Verdict. Put the absolute cinema JPEG on the screen. Very highly recommended. Next level. All facility by Vex Boss. You're telling me that the creator of this level doesn't know what Ito is? You know this level is kind of nothing burger. Let's just rush this level. Design, it's pretty cool, so 8. Creativity, you can't die here, cool, so 8. Gameplay, it's easy Pokemon gameplay 6. Enjoyment, I guess I did somehow enjoy it 7. Replayability, I don't fucking know, I didn't record much footage. I still beat it though. Both the lack of footage and the level being uninteresting are the main reasons why I rushed this segment. 3. This level gets a 32 out of 50. My verdict. How is this not an Ito reference? Good nerve control practice for some platformer levels though. Highly recommended. Time to summarize these 5 demons. Kabu Mundi, refer to what I said before about Hunger, one of only Bandsman's decent levels, Sinless Ash, Terraria, Change Unseen, this fucking peaks actually, and Hall Facility, Loop Phase. Now that I covered these, time to cover the last 5 demons in this video. Absolute garbage, I don't Lee, absolute garbage. More like absolute cinema, I'm telling you guys, wait, no, please don't throw tomato at me, because the junkyard art is so good. The effects go hard, the design varies a lot even when staying in copper-like colors, and it blends so well with the gameplay. I like the parts where everything becomes only 2 colors in this part of the level, it's nice. Yeah, that's it, 10. For the creativity, the gameplay and design are both treated well by Lee so much, they really blend in with each other. Also keep in mind this has less than 40k objects, so that's already extremely creative in the optimization front. 10. The gameplay is also so good, it felt very flowy from the song and the design and from the gameplay itself. I know that what I've said before alongside this is already quite redundant, but I don't care, I glaze this level more than Change Unseen, it is just so good. I don't care about this minship part being a bit wonky to me, this level fucking peaks. 10. I really enjoyed this level. Again, I'm being redundant here. The design and gameplay straight up put me on my feet, and my pants up. The gorgeous effects made it impossible to ignore, and the somewhat challenging gameplay makes you take this level seriously. This level does every good aspect of Easy Demons correctly. It's fun, that's it. That's why I love this level. I wish RobTop would update the rating types for levels before 2.2 and change this to Mythic. This level gets a 10. No shit, I would want to replay this level. I'm not going to redundant anymore, you get it. 10. Overall, this level gets another perfect 50 out of 50. Verdict. My totally did it again, even when this level came out 3 years ago, but I don't really care. Very highly recommended. Next level. Wild West by Bandsman. I hate most 2.1 and earlier versions of Easy Demons just because of this one level. The design looks cool, I guess. There was variety with the design and the neoclassic block, and their decoration looked neat. 8. I really hated this level, so let's just give creativity scale a 3. I'm not going to explain thoroughly, I just hate this. I just don't like the gameplay at all. It's flowy in the most boring way possible, which says a lot considering that this was made by Bandsman. It was borderline dragging on too much with the gameplay. This is what I don't like in some XL levels. The gameplay just felt repetitive and filler, and the boss fight just felt like a memory part, to be honest. Just a skill issue in my part, since I can't react the attacks in time. I see the indication, I just don't know when. That part is definitely my fault, but I swear I know medium demons with easier boss fights than this level. 5. I didn't enjoy this level at all. Again, the gameplay just felt like it was dragging on. Sure, the design is quite nice, but it doesn't compensate the boring ass filler gameplay enough. 2. This is the level in this video that I absolutely would not want to touch ever again. 0. Overall, this level gets a 18 out of 50. Verdict. Why the fuck are there pyramids in the Wild West? I do not recommend this level if you don't like filler gameplay. Next level. Riding Down by Small. This level is just falling up by Kerbal, except it's in 2.1 and it got nerfed by a shit ton. The design is just like falling up, except way cooler. I give plus points to the design, since it just uses the same design as falling up, just slightly cooler and more modern. However, the creativity scale gets a minus, so design is a 9. For the creativity, there's nothing much notable about this level. It's just a nerf falling up 2.1 remake. That's it, nothing special. 2. The gameplay is, well, kinda fast. It's basic unsight readable at the first ship part. Like, what are you meant to do here? Why is this a memory level all of a sudden? Then in the nighttime part, where it's just 5-star hard gameplay, then after that it becomes just as unsight readable as before. Thank God we don't rate these types of gameplay anymore. My only complaint with the gameplay is that it's just slight unbalanced raw gameplay wise, but severely unbalanced design induced gameplay wise. What the fuck am I meant to do here? The only saving grace is that the gameplay is kinda fun for me, I don't know why. It's still goofy though, or that the gameplay gets a 5. again. The gameplay is enjoyable for some reason. I guess it's because of a song that made it fun, but I don't care about it much. I just beat this level, yay. 8. I wouldn't repeat this level though, I would play it. There's not much point in repeating it. It's not as dopamine inducing compared to the previous levels that I like. 3. Overall this level gets a 27 out of 50. Verdict. Does this level imply a middle ground called Still Sender? I don't know, although I highly recommend this as your first medium demon. Next level. Sir, I learned. No way Ito reference OMG Ito is the best fucking game of all time. It makes me want to come all over the place. The design of this level mimics the design of Citadel of Sign Recognition Great. The design variety is also quite nice. I like the use of objects fading in and out when in a specific range. I love the design and effect changes throughout the level. It's basically what it feels like to do Coaster in Ito. I have not seen this type of design in other levels by the time I recorded footage for this. For that I give the design score a 10. For creativity, the camera control of this level is pretty unique, combined with gameplay I have not seen before, and swing copter gameplay that is actually quite enjoyable in Earl 2.2. I may be a bit biased here, but this is the first time I've seen gameplay that is like this, so it gets a 10. Speaking of gameplay, the amount of gameplay variety and the dual gameplay in this level are making this level perfect. The level is also balanced. My only problem is this min-wave part, but I suck at wave, so it's a me problem. The gameplay part of the level gets a 10. I really enjoyed this level. I was just going to add a ChatGPT type script here that isn't actually AI generated. I just write scripts in this style, but I decided, nah, the level is just fun. 10. Yeah, I'd repeat it, not for the coins, oh, just repeat. 10. Overall this level gets a perfect 50 out of 50. Verdict. Steals by Horizon cleanup, probably never. I very highly recommend this level anyways. Now, time for the last demon for this video. Hey Rob, rate this, made by fansmen. Honest Rob Top should have never rated this piece of shit at level in the first place. The design looks cool I guess, there's design variety and stuff, but I'm just gone rush to my hatred for this level, so design gets an 8. There's also unique design and gameplay choices I guess, it gets a 7. The gameplay is just ass. Why the fuck are these ship sections so tight? Okay, you know, after playing this level again, my dumbass still didn't record footage of it though. I could have ranted more about this level, but replaying the level just made me rethink my opinions with this level. Just slightly though, this level is still kinda ass. I simply do not like the gameplay. That's it. 1. I didn't enjoy this level at all, although the song is quite good, so it gets 50 points. 6. Zero for replayability. I'm not going to waste your time. Overall this level gets a 22 out of 50. Verdict. This level is ass, not recommended. Time to summarize these last 5 demons. Absolute garbage, literal peak, Wild West, literal dog shit, rising down, we have falling up at home, Closer, I love you, I alert. And the last demon of this video, hey Rob, rate this, not even rate worthy to be honest. Now that I'm finished explaining alongside summarizing every demon in this video, let me summarize all of them again just in case you forgot.
I mean, it's alright, like...
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
I mean, it's alright, like... That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT! I mean, it's alright, like... I mean, it's alright, like... Overrated as fuck, in my opinion, I mean... That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT! I mean, it's alright, like... That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
I mean, it's alright, like... That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.